it takes a little quick second to go live. Remove X. Save changes. All right. All right, welcome back to another episode here at CAMX 2025. Joining me here in the booth is Paul Salach. He is the product leader at Owens Corning. He's going to be talking about one of their projects is Sustain a Loop by Owens Corning. Is 100% circular glass fiber designed to increase the circularity of the composites industry. It's made from reclaimed manufacturing scrap and end-of-life fiberglass. It offers identical performance to traditional glass fiber. Paul, thanks again for stopping by. Good to see you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit. Why don't you pull your mic up a little further and tell us a little bit about your background before we get into the technology.
Yeah, for sure. So been with Owens Corning for 8 years.
Okay.
I currently serve as our product leader for Type 30 single end roving, as well as our Sustain and Sustain a Loop products. I started out in our supply chain organization, then moved over to strategic marketing and full-time on our glass reinforcements business about 3 years ago. And then been working closely with our Sustain and Sustain a Loop products over the last couple of years.
Yeah. So that's 8 years. 8 years, right?
Yes, sir.
You're based out of Chicago.
Yep. Yeah, based out of Chicago.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about, I know this was a CAMX award entry. And so I want you to, if you would highlight, I know I gave a brief overview there. Tell us a little bit about the technology.
Yeah. So circularity is something that's becoming more and more critical within the composites industry. One of the great things about composites is that they're super durable and they last a really long time.
Yeah.
But we're starting to see more and more demand, even outside of regulations, for something that's circular, so that you don't have issues like the wind blade graveyards that you see in places like Texas. And our customers and their customers can actually do something to be able to take those end-of-life components,
Right.
separate them back into their original materials, and then reincorporate them back into the economy at their full value. So with Sustain a Loop, it's our first step down our circularity journey. We're starting out, we think of circularity in 3 different phases.
Okay.
The first one is operationally. So the waste that we generate, the inefficiencies that we have in our own process, making sure that we're recovering all of that and getting it out of landfill back into our process. The second level is on the customer waste side. So any type of scrap that's generated by our customers, working with them to reclaim it and bring it back into our furnace so that that product is continuing to survive in the economy at its highest level. And then the third level, which is ultimately where we really want to move, is that post-consumer end of life, where the product's been produced, it's been sold, and then ultimately at the end of useful life, we're able to reclaim that component, separate out the resin and the glass fibers, and then get those glass fibers back into our furnace to reduce the strain that we're putting on the environment. So Sustain a Loop, we're starting out, we've proven viability of reclaiming our customers' scrap glass.
Okay.
And through a mass balance approach, which is ISCC Plus certified, we're able to produce Type 30 single end rovings at up to 100% circular glass fiber content levels.
Okay. So, I mean, that's always the challenge of sustainability is getting this to be scalable. I mean, but it sounds like this is something, I mean, you've achieved this with, I mean, you're sourcing this. Where are you sourcing a lot of these scrap fibers from?
Yeah, so we're starting out in Europe in our Laudoise, France facility. A lot of it is based on geographic proximity, so working closely with our customers, taking care of our own waste first, and then from there, starting out with the low-hanging fruit, the unimpregnated glass fibers that are coming through side trims and different customers that can't necessarily splice, taking back those leftover scraps of DOFs and collecting all that and bringing it directly back into our furnace.
Okay.
Our goal is to roll this out globally and take the technology that we've implemented in France that allows for the reclamation and the remelt and start to deploy that at all of our facilities, because sustainability is something that's becoming more and more of a global challenge. It's not just Europe, it's not just specific states in the US, it's really becoming more and more of a market demand.
Well, you guys know, I mean, it's everybody talks about wind blades. Like, what are we going to do with all of the wind blades, right? That
Oh
are,
yeah.
and what's the, I mean, typical lifespan of a wind blade is 20 years, something around it. So it's, you go 20 years and then these things fill landfills. I know there's a lot of talk. We're going to have some guests on that are doing repurposing bridges and things like that. But, it's ultimately you've got to find a use for the raw material. I think as we continue to make this stuff. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Wind is obviously the largest application of composites.
Yeah.
It's something that's extremely visible to the public, and
Right.
so it's incumbent upon us to take care of the products that we're putting into the marketplace and figure out ways to not just repurpose, but really truly create circular solutions so that composites can compete better against more traditional materials that have been performing circularity for decades.
So you mentioned the quality of the recycled material. It's pretty much same grade as virgin material once it's.
Yep. Yeah. So through a mass balance approach within our Ladoise, France facility, we're able to provide a drop-in solution where there's no significant change in properties. We're moving towards, we have an entire facility in our Chambéry, France Science and Technology Center where we're focusing on understanding the impact of different composites recycling processes, whether that's pyrolysis, solvolysis, and being able to figure out exactly what grades we can handle within our furnace to continue to provide our customers with the same quality that they currently enjoy, and then also solving an issue within the industry and creating value through the development of 100% circular glass fiber products.
Yeah. I want to highlight where people can find it streaming out down at the bottom. They can find your location at booth H32 here on the show floor. And again, we've got the website pulled up, but really the best place. Do you have I'm sure you guys have samples, things like that people can grab, or some information that people can look at over there?
Yeah. So we actually honored to be named a CAMX Award finalist. So there's a board in the CAMX Awards section that talks about the product. I'll be over there later today to answer questions during the Meet the Finalists session. And then, you can go on our website to owenscorning.com/sustainaloop and find all the information that you need to know. Feel free to reach out or stop by our booth if you have any questions.
Yeah, I took a picture of the CAMX Award location, your setup over there, so it was pretty cool. A number of the award the people that submitted awards. I mean, it's really cool. If you go over there, you can check it out and see many of the entries over there. So. Paul, thanks for coming by. Any closing thoughts before so far, what's your thoughts on the show?
Yeah, no, it's always great to be at CAMX, just see all the energy and new innovations that folks are coming up with. That's part of the reason why I love composites is there's a lot of really, really smart engineers that are constantly inventing new types of materials and new ways of manufacturing. So we're doing our part, trying to come up with more circular solutions to help meet that end of life challenge. And it's great to see people on the beginning of the product life cycle coming up with new innovative ways to meet the needs of the market.
That's awesome. Great to have you stop by. Thanks again. And best of success for you guys at the show. Again, people can find you at booth H32 if you're walking the floor. And also check out they're showing over at the CAMX Award location. So, Paul, thanks again.
Thanks, Jonathan.
All right. Very good, man.